Firestarter. Today I want to take a look at just the last couple verses in Joshua in chapter 24. And it's right after what we talked about in church yesterday, where Joshua sort of lays it out for the people of Israel and challenges them, and they talk a good game, but Joshua knows their heart, and he says, you're not going to be able to do this, but and then he sets a stone up as a witness against them. He says, this stone has heard everything that the Lord said to you and everything that you said to the Lord. And then in verse 27 of chapter 24, it says, and Joshua said to all the people, behold, this stone shall be a witness against us, for it has heard all the words of the Lord that he spoke to us. Therefore it shall be a witness against you, lest ye deal falsely with your God. And then in verse 28, he says, so Joshua sent the people away, every man to his inheritance. Now, that to me has a double entendre, that one, it's right after this that Joshua sends the children of Israel into what God has promised them, what God has prepared for them. But if you'll remember in the New Testament, it's like the meek will inherit the earth, and the children of God, we have an inheritance. We're co-heirs with Christ, and it's only in Christ that you inherit the kingdom. Apart from Christ, obviously, you inherit nothing. And so here Joshua issues this challenge to them, and they step up and they're like, yeah, we're going to do it. And it's almost as if Joshua is saying, well, okay, we'll see what you inherit. I'm going to send you to your inheritance. And it's not this, at first glance, it seems like it's just a done deal. But perhaps it's not as guaranteed as we think. Yes, you've been brought into the promised land. And we know from reading the book of Judges that they didn't all, not all the tribes did a good job of clearing out their inheritance. And some of them did it masterfully, and some of them did it very poorly. And they went in and they were beguiled by the foreign gods that were there, and they strayed away from the Lord their God because of that. And what they inherited then was destruction. And so our inheritance is directly related to our obedience and how we walk with God. And we need to remember that, yes, salvation is free. God saves every one of us freely, simply by putting our hope in Jesus Christ. But what you inherit in the kingdom is directly related to your obedience and how you walk with God. So let's steep in that this week, that God's called us to a higher calling than just simply being those who sit at the table and enjoy our free lunch. He's called us to be those who participate in kingdom business, and then therefore those who inherit a greater portion of that kingdom. So go in peace. I'll see you next week.